And now the reality sort of sets in that, this is what we've been watching all year long. And while we've tried to convince ourselves that they could somehow overcome these deficiencies, the mental errors, the ineffectiveness from the offense at times, right? We thought they can overcome these things and sort of go on some magical run in the postseason. The realization of that not happening has continued to set in and sink in. And as you think more and more about the game yesterday, the disappointment level of it just continues to increase because you're really looking at a wasted opportunity. And I can understand that they dealt with a rash of injuries that really prevented them from reaching their potential. But this was more self-inflicted, and that's what made it more frustrating. And that's why you don't have very many repeat champions in this sport and as in other sports, because once you win it, and I'm not sitting here speaking from experience because I obviously have not won a championship, but being around the game enough and having that disappointment of reaching greater heights and not being able to sustain it or exceed it, I certainly can speak from that experience. Complacency sets in. Distractions from other things that aren't championship goal-oriented starts to set in. And that's a lot of what happened this year. And the complacency encompasses so much. What I mean by that is, are you putting in the same amount of work to be the best that you can be as you did last year that made you a champion? Are your priorities in the proper order as they were last year when it was about toughness, detail, right, and those sorts of things? You lived on those things. One of Nick's sayings last year, which the players harping on, was you can't be great without the greatness of others. That's speaking of selflessness. And that wasn't the mantra this year for this team. It just wasn't. And being focused on the small things that helped you become a champion a year ago was overstepped or overlooked. And moving forward, there are a lot of changes that have to be made, right? There's a lot of changes that have to be made, but there aren't easy changes to be made, right? The direction this team is going to go moving forward, is it in the direction that says our goal is still to win a championship at the beginning of next season, or are you resetting?